barn was built in 1941, the fall of 1941, and winter of 42. Well, let's say 42. The one before that blew over. On the place, and this is the next one here. Otherwise, the rest of them were all been built.
The house you said was the oldest one on the place.
Yeah.
The house and the barn, Mom said, are the two original buildings that were on the place.
Yep. The original buildings that when we took over would be. Otherwise, the house or the barn that was original when Grandpa was here. The house burned down, and of course the barn blew over.
That was with the tornado?
Yep. Pardon?
Tornado?
Yeah.
Which door can we go into?
Any of them. What can you do? This side here, when it was built, was all horse stalls in here. Each one of these poles, you know, there's a partition between this here, like that one, the same as that, and two horses on each. I was just thinking of that the other night. Dan and Jerry stood on this, in this stall, and Cooley and Queen were on this stall here.
Were that those are draft horses?
Yeah.
Draft horses?
Yeah. Like Queen was and Cooley both were used for saddle horses too, but they were work horses. And then of course this other part where the stanchions are now, where there was milking place, they were all stalls just like this here, all the way down. But you know, then we got, you know, the horses kind of thinned out, and we switched from horse barn to milking barn.
How many cows to milk?
All together, you mean?
Yeah. Yeah, well, what was the most amount of cows that we milked?
I think the most was 18, but that was just a short while. Otherwise, the average was around 8, 9 of them.
Is the separator room still?
Yeah, that's still intact. You know, piece of the separator is gone, and the milking machine, part of the milking machine is still in there. And then of course the pipes for the milking machine are still up here yet. This is a separator room, yeah.
So, the cows would come in, you'd put them in the stanchions,
Yeah.
take the milk.
Yeah. I don't know, is there a milking machine down one of the buckets, I mean? Yeah, just one bucket is hanging here yet.
Oh, right, I remember those belts. You used to put
I just thought I could get that out of the way, but
That's alright. We'd put those belts around the cows and then hang them.
yeah, they hang them on there, yeah. Yeah, it would hang right at this handle there.
When the barn blew down, this foundation stayed though, right?
Nope.
Oh, it all went?
Foundation, everything went. It was all a heap of, you know, on one heap. And we hauled everything out and started from new. This is all new concrete foundation.
And who built? It was you and Clarence and...
Well, the foundation was Savvy Mitchell, Mitchell Lumber in Richardson put up the foundation. But the barn itself, the top part then was put up by Clarence and Irvin and I.
And the Clarence fell off.
Yeah, Clarence fell off well, you could, if you want to take a picture of where he went down.
Now this is the new siding.
Yeah, that's...
And you said this siding now covers the original wood that would be about...
The wood that is on the siding was all taken from the old barn, because the old barn had way more surface to it as far as siding was concerned, so we were able to get enough, halfway decent siding to side this. And that would be like the 1905 or 1906 is when that first barn was built. So the siding on this, it would be like, 95 years old, 94, 95 years old. Right at this point this is where Clarence came over.
Oh my God. He was what, up by the cupola?
Yeah, he was up there painting the cupola on this side. And he slipped and come down.
And fell on his feet.
He fell on his feet. Now, here's the rock. Yet where he landed. He landed onto a rock.
Oh, that's about a 2-story drop, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's more than 2 stories. You got 8 feet here, 6 feet. That'd be 6 would be 14 feet up to the eave. And then those rafters there, I think, are 14 feet long, the ones that go straight up. And then you get a angle yet on those other ones that, that brings it up more. So I would say you're right at about 25 feet.
Oh my gosh. Wow. How long did you guys use draft horses? Because Grandpa was still, you said that Grandpa pretty much used draft horses, and then once you started into farming is when you started getting tractors, right?
Yeah, he had tractor too, but when he was a horse person, and he stayed with the horses, I guess, as long as anybody around here did. And that would have been like, well, in the late 30s, really. Or even in the 40s.
Wow.
That he had horses. Like I say, maybe from about 46 or 47 is when the horses more or less faded. We did sell the last of the horses, and that's when I had taken over in the spring of 49, I think is when we sold the last of them.
Isn't that something how you remember the names?
Yeah, I did just thinking of that the other day, like Jerry and Dan. They were ornery suckers, but they'd run away every once in a while whenever they had a chance. But they were the last ones that I had too. That's the ones I sold in 40. I think it was in 49, in the spring of 49 when I sold them. I don't know when that. I was trying to think of that wood Quonset down there. That's the one from Urban's there that we tore down.
Yeah, that's what.
Down here, but that. I know we done it. It would be right about this time of the year when we were shingling it. As Ed and Jane were up here with the kids, and he helped on a weekend, to shingle. And I took the kids out that night for Halloween. That was my job, was to take them around for Halloween, and that would have been. Boy, I just wonder what year that would have been. About 72 or 70. No, maybe it would have been a little early, but. No, yeah, it would have been like 78 or 79 maybe. That's when it would have been, when we put that up.
What did you tear down here?
Okay, there was a cement foundation across, you know, from the old building that we had before. Anyway, we had the fence up on top of that, and you know those boards. And what happened is that foundation started to tip in, and it got to the point where it was all out of shape. So I took it and I pushed it down, hauled all the stuff out, and sloped this so that, you know, that it has the slope that it has there now, so that a person can get down there with the lawnmower to cut and stuff. And I'm just putting that fence back up there now again.
Now this whole part over here was added on way later than what did you say this?
What it was is a silo. We had a trench silo alongside here. And then of course when I quit the milking, we quit corn then too. And I just, to make use of it, I just put that up as a kind of a cattle shed.
And just for Jane and Sharon to remember, when did we quit milking?
69. 68, 69, something.
Yeah,
like that.
right when they graduated.
Yeah.
I'm very well familiar with the year.
Yeah, they never let you know you forget it.
No. Look at all these cows.
John. This
By the-
little white one?
Yeah.
No, that was put up. That was put up new.
Oh.
Mitchell put that up too.
I can't. Aha! When was the chicken coop built?
Quonset is here now. And then what to take the place of that garage up there, when we moved it down here, we put a chicken coop up there.
Where?
Where the garage is
There's
set.
white garages there, there's a chicken coop there.
We had a chicken coop there. Then that chicken coop, I guess it just kind of got bad or something. No, that's right. We took that chicken coop and moved it down to where this chicken coop is sitting now, and put that garage up. And then that thing got so bad down there because we had moved it and it was all out of shape and stuff. So we tore it down and put this chicken coop up here from scratch.
This front porch is. It was just the A-frame, not the front porch part.
The A-frame was the only thing that was here.
And the gazebo was added when? In 19 what?
Yeah. At least 15 years ago.
Dad built the porch.
The deck, whatever is built around here was mostly done by him.
Okay, we were talking about the house because the house burned down. No, it burned to the ground completely.
Completely, everything went. The whole, everything in it and around it.
So the house was rebuilt then in.
Yeah, that was built from scratch. It built on pretty much on the same spot as the original one was, and that burned down on Christmas Eve in 1929, and then in the summer of 1930 is when this house was built.
Gotta make sure my. And again, Mom said that this front part was added later.
This part here was added, this front lean-to here, and then that was put on. Well, Grandpa had done that. They were still here yet when they added that on. And the back of it was put on in 74. No, 76. 76.
The addition part with the bedroom.
That
and
back there, yeah, that was put on in 76.
Oh yeah, that's right.